afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. I had really like no intention on vlogging today, like whatsoever, but my ear is like absolutely like driving me crazy. I can't even edit the vlog. I had plans on editing all day today, helping the kids with their homework and like doing all that. I can't even find my shoe. Like, where's my shoe? I want the shoe. Oh my gosh, there it is. But I have plans on helping the kids with their schoolwork today. In this house clean. I got this laundry back here that we done yesterday, and I was gonna help them. And the internet's being horrible today. It's really windy out, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it or whatever. But I couldn't even edit. Like, it was so bad, and it's driving me crazy. And it's quiet in the house. The kids aren't up yet. Well, they're up, but they're not up yet. And it's quiet in the house. I should be able to edit, and I can't because when it's so quiet, all I hear and think about is the pulsing that's in my ear, and it's driving me crazy. So I got a sitter, and I'm about to go and see. There's an urgent care clinic. Like, I don't want to go to the ER. There's an urgent care center right down the road, and I'm going to go to it and see if I can make it through. I don't know. I'm going to see if they can see me, or like I was getting ready to tell them see me, or refer me to somebody and get me an appointment to like an ENT or something, because it is like so loud. It feels like I have a earbud in and listening to like like listening to something, it's like making me like my nerves.
And it gives you a headache from it too.
It don't give me a headache. It just my nerves, my anxiety's going wild. So I got to do something about it. Like, all I hear is like pulsing like so bad. Like, it's horrible. Like, it's driving me crazy to only hear my pulse in my ears. It's making me nervous. It's just making my anxiety go wild. And I'm really, really hoping that they can tell me something or figure out something or send me to somebody or something. Like, it's killing me today for whatever reason. It's just bad, and I didn't sleep good last night, and I'm tired, aggravated. The internet's not working. I couldn't edit because all I could think about when I was trying to be quiet and like listen to like the vlog that I was editing with the heartbeat in my ear. It's getting to me. Like, I'm just at my breaking point, and like if it wasn't ear infection, I would thought it would have been gone by now. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like my pulse is high, or my blood pressure is high. Like, I don't have like symptoms of like headache or like sweating, and just some of the symptoms that I know of I don't have. So I'm like, what is this? Like, what could this be? And of course I googled, and all of the worst things showed up. Now I'm like terrified that I'm gonna have a stroke or something along with my kids. So I don't know, I'm just, here's to hoping that they can tell me something, they can point me in some direction, they can kind of give me an idea of what is going on, and getting this heartbeat out of my ear gone. I'm hoping. Oh my gosh, let's go. Well, unfortunately I'm back in the car, but what it is dude, I've never been out here. I got on their website. It didn't say nothing about call ahead for appointment or anything like that. So I know with everything going on with the pandemic, things are like this. They don't want you in the waiting room's as much and everything, which is totally understandable. So I'm back in the car, and they said that they would call me. They gave me a list of numbers that I had to call, and hopefully they will be calling me back in just a moment, and we can go in, or I can go in and give some sort of an answer as to why all of this is happening. Like, gosh. It's been well over 30 minutes since I called them. They said, we'll call you right back. It shouldn't be more than 5 minutes that we will call, and you can come in and be seen. It's now been like 40-some minutes. Like, I'm just so aggravated. I'm just so done. It's just like, I can't explain how incredibly annoying and tiring it is to hear your heartbeat and like a thumping sound in your ear. Is so aggravating, and you just want something done. Like, at this point, I would rather have a headache than have this go on, because at least with the headache, I could take, Tylenol, Motrin, something like pain reliever, and it would go away. Like, this is not going away, and it's here, and I'm just so done. It's gone on for like well over 2 weeks now. Like, I know something is wrong. I know that my body is telling me something is wrong. I know, and I just want something done. And at this point, I'm like, I don't want to go into any hospital right now, especially with the kids, having the kids and the pandemic going on. And we are considered a yellow. We went from red to yellow with cases, and it's just so stressful. But at the same time, like, I just want to know what this is, and I'm really contemplating on just going to the emergency room, because I know that there's doctors there. They can get an ENT to come in right away in the emergency room if they need to look at my ear. There's CT, they can do a CT scan right away, or MRI. Anything that they need to do, they can do right then to figure it out. And if it is blood pressure, they can place me on something there. Hey there, guys. I am currently in the process of editing this vlog, and I wanted to sit down and explain a few things. The previous clip that you just saw was me in the clinic, or not actually in the clinic, but out in my car. But I was at the clinic. I was actually waiting for them to call my phone and let me know that it was okay to come inside the clinic to be seen. But the next clips you will see are me actually going to the ER and actually in the ER. But I wanted to let you guys, give you guys a fair warning that it was very loud in the ER. I was actually not in a like typical ER. I was in what they called a overflow ER, with COVID still going on so like violently and just so rampant down here. I was actually in an overflow ER, and it was very loud. It was very chaotic. I wasn't even in like an actual room. It was like a makeshift room, tent like room, and it's very loud. And I wanted to give you a fair warning that with it being so loud, I've had to edit the vlogs, or not vlogs, but edit the clips. And some of them might sound muffled, and some of them might be very loud, and like my voice sounds muffled, and all like it sounds they're just very poor quality. But I tried to do the best that I could do, because I had to wear a mask the entire time that I was in the ER, which is a-okay by me. But the only time that I could take the mask off was if a doctor was in the room and like a doctor or anybody was like doing vitals, such as taking my temperature or looking down my throat and checking my throat. And also they gave me a COVID test, which was just out of precaution for me and the entire staff and everything, which was okay. And so back on 2020 I got COVID test anyhow, but they are loud and noisy, and I've done the best that I could. But with that being said, after you watch these clips and see me in the ER and actually being put into the hospital, if you watch the end of the vlog, I will sit down and explain each of those clips and why I was so disoriented and kind of what happened in each of those clips and how we come to the diagnosis that I had. So stay tuned to the end of the vlog. But with that being said, here are the clips, but make sure you turn your volume down or adjust it to what you need, because they are loud and muffled due to me wearing a mask. So without further ado, here they are. Totally not what I wanted to do today is come to the emergency room. I'm currently sitting in the emergency room in a room. I don't know if you guys can hear me real well, but I actually, it was so bad. I'm really crazy. At this point, the clinic still hasn't talked, so I'm glad I made the decision. Let's see. Doctor just come in and they are baffled at why I am hearing this. At first they thought I had Bell's palsy. Now they're so baffled. So hopefully we will get something done or referred to it into. What I read, like 6 weeks later, they are going, I found out they are wanting to do a CT scan and do a CT scan with contrast to see what's going on and why. So, took an IV in me after several tries. Getting frustrated, very, very frustrated. I'm hoping to be done by now. It's like 6 o'clock and I'm still here. Haven't even had TV in here. This is hurting. This is so hard. They haven't read the final result, but they have seen the CT scan. And they're admitting it. This is so hard. This is at home with the babysitter. My mom is on the way. I called my mom. She's on the way. My mom and dad are on the way. I would never have thought hearing a heartbeat could lead to a hospital stay. Then I did it. This is so hard. I'm trying not to cry. But when I get admitted and in my room, I will always tell you guys what's going on. This is so hard. I'm trying not to cry. But it's hard. It's so hard. The kids, they don't know just yet what's going on. I've kept in contact with them all day. And gosh, guys, never thought I'd be so happy and excited to see a cheeseburger. They finally brought me some food. So after 12 o'clock tonight, I'm MPO. I can't have nothing to eat. So I'm going to leave it up until 12 o'clock tonight. So they brought me hamburger, french fries, and a fountain drink, which I'm not had nothing to eat. But this morning I got up and threw me some clothes on and left. I didn't eat. So I came in nothing. So I'm absolutely starved. Oh my god. I'm absolutely starved. Oh my gosh. That looks so good. These fries are a lot. I'm absolutely starved to death. Yes. Oh, that's good. I'm starving to death. I feel a little sinister right now because I took my mask off to eat. Like, I feel horrible about doing it, but I don't have COVID, so. But I don't want it. I don't want to give it to no one, so. Feeling neutral. I'm rocking. That's something on my nose. I think it was fuzz from the blanket. But as you can see, you can tell by the gown, they admitted me. I'm in for the night. Monitoring my heart rate, my blood pressure, my oxygen levels, all that. I have an IV and all that. Comfy bed, they brought me a comfy bed, just brought me a comfy bed. I changed into this gown, hospital gown, and all that. Okay, here goes. This morning, the heartbeat, swooshing sound in my ear, I had enough. I couldn't take it no more. Then my gut started telling me something's wrong with CTL. And boy, am I glad I listened to my gut. Here's why. So when I got here, they asked me a bajillion questions and everything to try to get to the bottom of it. That's when they decided to do the CT scan to see what's going on. The CT scan revealed that my carotid artery, which is the artery in the left side of my neck, is dissecting. Worst case scenario, I could have a stroke. Best case scenario, it's nothing and it heals up on its own. So they decided to admit me tonight to run step for one, keep check on me, make sure that it doesn't throw no clots so that I don't have a stroke, which would be horrible. So in the morning, they're going to run some tests. They're going to do, I think he said, an angiogram. Don't quote me on that. I'll find out more about that. Like I have been thrown so much information in the last, like, several hours that my head is just like... So, that's pretty much it. I'm in the hospital in a comfy bed. A wonderful nurse graciously allowed me to borrow her charger to charge up my phone, because had I known all this, I would have been a little bit more prepared. Trust me. So I'm hoping their camera battery doesn't die. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's a lot. That's it. My carotid artery dissecting, and hopefully it will heal up, but I will have to have a procedure in the morning to check up on it. Yeah. This has been a wild and crazy day, and my mom, the kids are fine. My mom's got them. She'll be out here in the morning. I told her it's late at night. I think it's after 12. It's close to 1 in the morning. Hopefully I get a room soon. We'll see if I get a room. Probably won't, but best case scenario, worst case scenario, I won't. Got an addition. They hit me up finally to an IV. This is going to be a fantastic night. I am in a ER they don't have no beds, or not beds, rooms available. So I'll be spending the night in the ER, but they have got me the comfy bed, so that's a plus. I'm gonna try to get a couple hours sleep before they come in, and wanting labs, and get me ready for my, I don't think it's the angiogram. I did the angiogram earlier. I don't know what it's called. I know it's where they not stick a catheter, kind of like a cardiac cath type of a thing is what they're going to use, I think it's new. I'm not sure. I'll find out in a minute. Right now, I've been played, or I have been told so much information that I don't even know myself what's going on. My little toy, got a wall, a curtain, a wall behind me, and no wall. That's the room. It's very small. Very small. Oh my goodness, guys. Sleep did not happen at all. At all. It's currently sleep is non-existent. Oh my goodness. I tried to get what I could get. But the doctors just left, and they will be in about 30 minutes to get me for, it's called an angiogram. So, anyhow, they are wanting to do this and get pictures, oh, excuse me, and see what is going on and how to further treat me and diagnose, make sure all the diagnoses that they have are correct, and they want to see how they need to proceed to treat me. So, about it right now. Like, I not. It was right. Not the most flattering angle, but I have to lay flat for 4 hours. I am flat in a bed for 4 hours. I just got out, and they had to do, or I believe they call it an angiogram again. I'm not sure. And they said that, I can't think, like I'm so loopy, that they will likely be putting a stent in the artery. So therefore, I will have to go undergo another procedure to put a stent in. He said I had a 50% blockage in my artery. So, not the worst news, but not the best news. It's good because we caught it in time, but it's bad because it's still bad. But, yeah. I am laying flat. Laying flat. And it's not the most flattering angle whatsoever. I'm hungry. I'm starved. And I want it. It is currently, I think, after 1. This stinks. Oh my goodness, guys. It's been a little bit. So I can finally sit up now. I don't have to lay down anymore due to having to like deal where they I can't even think. Where they done the procedure, I had to lay down. I can't even think of the procedure. Hopefully I can sit down and think of all this stuff and talk about it. But anyhow, I don't have to lay down anymore. Flat. Thank goodness. My mom graciously went and finally got me some food. I'm starved. I'm hungry. I'm exhausted. And all of the above. But anyhow, I'm finally in a room, and I'm so excited to finally be in a room. Earlier, when I was laying down, I was in the PACU. Now I'm on the stroke unit because it can cause a stroke with having the dissection in my carotid. It can cause me to have a stroke, so they're watching out for symptoms of a stroke, which is not good, and I'm grateful that I haven't had one. They don't see any reason that I will have one, but they're still watching out, keeping a watchful eye out. So, anyhow, so the plan is to come back in a couple days and get a stent placed in my carotid artery so that we won't have to worry about stroke symptoms anymore. But I am in my room now. It's nice. Like, I feel like I'm in like a penthouse suite. I got a beautiful view of Lexington. I would rather be out there than obviously in here, but I'm not. So, anyhow, that's the bathroom. I have a little table over here that me and my mom can eat on. And like, it's so nice in here. Like, I'm quite shocked how pretty these rooms are. Anyhow, but I will have to like sit down, and so much has went on. Like, there's doctors always in and out of my room, which is fine. I'm either keeping check on me and doing what they need to do. So I will have to sit down and like fully talk about what all is going on. Hopefully I get out in the morning. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm just saying hopeful. It's been crazy. Very crazy past 48 hours. I don't even know. I've lost count. Like, I can't even think anymore. Yeah. This will be a, almost 48 hours. It'll be a 2-day vlog, so anyhow. As you see, I'm still here being monitored, but my team of doctors, they just left. They just rounded and they just left. And it's looking good. Like, I may actually be going home, which is awesome. I'm hopeful. They're going to talk together, get with the team, and see what they think, but it's looking good for me going home today, which is awesome. But I'm still being monitored. Last night they were in off and on all night, and even early this morning with taking tests. They done an echo of my heart. Haven't heard the results or anything from that just yet. But anyhow, this has been a wild and crazy past like 72 hours. Like, I would never dream that hearing a heartbeat in my ear would result in everything that it has. So, I'm so glad that I listened to my gut, because my gut the other day told me to go. So I'm definitely glad that I listened to my gut, for sure. So that just goes to prove that your gut, and listen to your gut, because you know your body well, more so than anybody else. So listen to your body. If your body is telling you you need help, seek help, because had it went on any longer, I don't know if I'd be here. So I'm glad I'm intervening and getting the help that I need. But I would never dreamed that at 36 years old that I would be having to put a stent in my carotid artery. It just, I'm not the healthiest person, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the healthiest, but I know I'm not like the sickest person, or, you know, that overweight or that out of shape, that, you know, I don't know. But definitely it's opened my eyes. This has really opened my eyes, and after I get out, I can't exercise for like a week due to having them going up and doing the, I still don't know the word, but I still can't do like rigorous activities, but things are going to change a lot. It's going to change, I hope. I hope I can commit to getting healthier and better myself, not only for myself but for the kids as well, and show them that a healthy lifestyle is better than a stationary lifestyle. And I hope I can change, and this is definitely a wake-up call. Definitely a wake-up call. But I hope I get to go home. The kids are definitely missing me. I try not to call too much so that they won't get too overworked and upset. So hopefully I get to go home, and so I'm home. I said I'm home. I'm gonna get my baby. Here we go. Gosh, that's so bright. Wait. Okay.
You guys should have told us you were coming.
I wanted to surprise you.
all.
I wanted to surprise you all. Come on, let's get in. No, I wanted to surprise you all.
You all probably don't need to be around us because we change clothes.
Yeah.
Let us go change clothes.
I just got up there saying. I just got up there saying.
Do you want biscuits and gravy and apples and sausage for supper?
No. Yeah, she's been.
I am going to fully talk about the entire vlog in this part, this end of the vlog, and like kind of fill you guys in with a lot of it. When I was in the ER, I seen so many doctors, neurology, and like, who else did I see? Like, I seen so many doctors, like, I can't even tell you how many doctors I saw. At one point, I had 5 doctors looking at me. So I was just given a lot of information, and it was like, I still haven't grasped all the information that I was given and told and everything throughout that whole ER stay. But when you first seen me in the ER, I was sitting there, I was very frustrated. At the beginning, it went very quickly, and then it was just like a rush of people had come in to be seen at the ER, and I was kind of put on the back burner, and the patients that needed the thing most went ahead of me, which was totally fine. I understand that. Fine. But as you guys seen, I was sitting there, I was waiting on a CT scan with contrast. They decided to do it was contrast, and then it took quite some time for me to finally get my results back. And this whole time I'm sitting there, I was starved to death. I didn't eat nothing that morning prior to going to the ER. I just got up, and I was just so aggravated to hear in the heartbeat in my ears that I just wanted to go to the ER. So I'm sitting there, I'm starved to death. I needed to use the restroom, and I was hooked up to everything, and I couldn't like get a hold of my nurse. It was just so frustrating. but there was a lot of activity going on in the ER, which was totally fine. I eventually got food and all was well. But once they finally read my CT, they come in, the doctor, before they even gave me my results, told me that I needed to alert family that it was serious and I needed to get family to me. Obviously, when you're told that information, you kind of freak out just a little. So I was freaking out, I was crying, I was upset. There was no one with me. My kids were home with the babysitter. I didn't know what to do. So I called my mom. She's like, okay, you know, let's wait. She said, I'm getting my clothes on. She said, you call me. She said, I'm on my way. She said, but you call me and let me know what they say, and we will go from there. She's crying, you know, she's 2.5 hours away, you know. I was crying, I was freaking out. But anyhow, they come in, they told me, at first, when I was sitting there and the doctors were looking at me, they first thought I had Bell's palsy. Well, come to find out, it wasn't that. But during the CT scan, like, they were baffled. Like, they were throwing every different disease and diagnosis at me, and nothing, like, I didn't fit in the category of any of them. That's why they wanted the CT scan. So when they read it, they found out that my carotid artery was not only dissecting, but it was narrowed by 50%. It was 50% narrowed, which is not good. And your carotid artery goes on your left side, and it goes from your heart all the way up behind your ear, which is why I'm hearing the thumping, because it was dissecting, and it feeds your brain with oxygenated blood and nutrients it needs and all of that. I don't know, I know a little bit of anatomy, but not enough to, like, fully, you know, go into details about the carotid artery and everything it does. But the CT scan revealed that my carotid artery was 50% blocked, or narrowed, not blocked, narrowed, and it was dissecting, which is the reason I'm hearing this heartbeat, because it's actually like my pulse I'm hearing in my ear. So with that, they automatically admitted me because I could have a stroke, I could have a heart attack, like there were so many things that I could have, you know. So they obviously wanted to admit me to watch me, make sure none of this happened. So they admitted me, and later that night they come in, the doctor come in and finally told me what he was going to do, how it could be corrected, and everything like that. So after 12 o'clock at night, I was NPO, which means I can't have nothing to eat or drink, because next morning I was going to have a procedure, which I called it an angiogram. It's not an angiogram, it's an angioplasty, which is the procedure where they take a, I guess it's like a catheter. It's kind of like what they do with a heart cath. It's kind of what it is. They either go through, they try to go in my, I think they call this a radial pulse. They try to go here, but they couldn't reach my carotid artery. So they couldn't do this, so they had to go up through my groin area and with the tube, and they done the angioplasty to get a better picture and better idea of what was going on with my carotid artery. The angioplasty confirmed what the CT scan had confirmed. My carotid artery was dissecting 50%, and it is narrowed, which just confirmed everything that they saw on the CT scan. So with that, I went back after the angioplasty. I went back to my room, and I had to lay flat for 4 hours and could not move. They told me, do not, whatever you do, don't move for 4 hours, or else you could potentially bleed out. Well, when you're told that information, you make sure you lay still. So with that, I had to lay still and flat for 4 hours, which was the hardest thing I have ever done in my entire lifetime. It's like when they tell you don't scratch your nose. Obviously, your nose is going to scratch or itch, and you're going to have to scratch it. It's a given. So, when they tell you don't move, that's when you want to move. But anyhow, I got through it with the help of my mom. And it was about probably 6 or 7 o'clock that night. I finally got a room. Like, the hospital was full the entire time. And it was a very rough stay, just due to the hospital being so full and them having to like stretch themselves. Then I felt so sorry for those nurses, but they were absolutely amazing. My team of doctors, I could not ask for better doctors to take care of me and to help me through this. But with that, I stayed in the hospital like 2 days after I had the procedure done, just to watch me, to make sure I didn't have any like stroke-like symptoms and everything like that. They finally diagnosed me. They finally released me, and that's where we are now. So I am waiting this week. I have to call my doctor this week, and I have to have another procedure where they will be placing a stent in my carotid artery, which you guys will see in future vlogs of them putting a stent in my artery. It'll be probably the next week of vlogs that you guys will see that. But please, if you have a gut if your gut is telling you to get help, please get help. Don't sit and say it'll be okay or it'll go away, because had I just kept telling myself it'll go away or it'll quit, I may not be sitting here talking to you guys. So I'm actually glad I listened. But this has been a crazy ride past couple of weeks. I never dreamed that hearing a heartbeat or swooshing sound in my ear would lead to everything that it led to on this vlog. But the heartbeat sound started at the beginning, well, not the beginning of October, about the middle week of September. So when you guys are watching this, it'll be the middle of October, but it started about the middle of September. Our vlogs have been kind of chaotic the last little bit with us moving. The kids' schoolwork absolutely driving me crazy, and it's just been a crazy past like 2 months with, like I said, moving, kids' schoolwork, and now this. So our vlogs have been kind of scattered, so it's hard to just like tell you guys how long it's been, but it was roughly the middle of September that all of this started. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching. I hope it's explained a little bit, clarifies a little bit of everything that's went on in this vlog. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope the next vlog you see will, I'm wanting to take the kids to the pumpkin patch, so I hope you see something uplifting before you see me back in the hospital again. But thank you guys for watching, and like always, we'll see you guys in another vlog. Bye.